The first video game related memory I can think of is my dad letting me play ATV Off-Road Fury on this PS2. I had no idea what I was doing and thought that tilting the controller made the ATV turn for some reason. I don't know, man, I was a dumb kid, alright? Another one of my earliest gaming memories was playing Lego Batman on this same PS2 with my brother. And for some reason I also remember this weird Shrek sledding game, like, what the fuck was this? But eventually when my brother got his very own Xbox 360, my dad very graciously just basically let me have his PlayStation 2. And he would occasionally buy me games for it like Jak and Daxter or Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity. Who could forget Tag Team Racing? That shit was fire. But also much to my mom's dismay, he would sometimes get me M-rated video games, such as God of War 2 or Resident Evil 4, which scared the shit out of me so bad. That intro was spooky as hell, dude. I used to have to turn around and look over my shoulder to make sure no one was standing behind me. And one day as we went to Walmart, he said I could pick out a video game, so we made our way over to the PS2 section, because this story takes place back when that shit still existed. And there I saw it, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy. I don't know what it was about these games that enticed me so much. Maybe it was the cool ass art design or the sick back of the box. Whatever it was, I wanted it, and I wanted it bad. I did sink the next several years of my PlayStation 2 into playing these games. I absolutely sucked at them and never really made any progress, but I played the shit out of them regardless. Although I loved all three of these games, there was one in particular that stuck out to me, Vice City, but I never completed it as a kid. It wasn't until a few months ago, almost 22 years after the game came out, that I finally finished it, and it was one of the best choices I've made all year. I love Vice City, and I think it's taught me how to properly love video games again.
Tommy Vassetti? Shit. Didn't think they'd ever let him out.
He kept his head down, helps people forget.
People will remember soon enough. When they see him walking down the streets of their neighborhoods, it will be bad for business.
Well, what are we gonna do, Sonny?
Oh, shit! We've been talking about expanding down south, right? Vice City is 24 karat gold these days. The Colombians, the Mexicans, hell, even those Cuban refugees are cutting themselves a piece of some nice action.
Ah, well, I hope you're having a good time, because I'm going out of my mind with worry here. What did you find out?
That there are more criminals in this town than in prison.
I want what you want, brother.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
Your green and my dead brother's white thing. United States, guess what? There's no more room.
The hell are you doing?
You should have stayed at home today.
I'm gonna yoke you up, son. It's very helpful. Maybe a neighbor is trying.
I trusted you, Tommy. I would have had you made. Say goodnight, Mr. Diaz.
GTA Vice City, where the fuck do I even begin, man? You probably know it, and you also probably love it. It's a violent, insane, and gory affair that takes heavy inspiration from films like Scarface, and also Miami Vice. You can't go wrong for little Miami Vice. Those two elements come together perfectly, almost insultingly well. I think Vice City is where the franchise really found its footing and became the great series that we know it as today. GTA 3 was already really good, but Vice City just took it one big, huge step further. Some fucking Neil Armstrong shit. And can you believe that this was originally just gonna be an expansion to GTA 3? A lot of you guys are saying yes right now, and a lot of you are confused as fuck, and that makes sense. GTA Vice City was developed and released in the span of about 9 months. I'm not joking. This is something that Sam Houser confirmed himself. They basically took the already fun gameplay of the previous game and expanded on it in several ways. They added new weapons, new vehicles, new flying fucking planes, and even boats. And of course, a huge new city to go along with it. A brand new, bright and vibrant playground for the players to enjoy slaughtering the masses in. And it wasn't until a couple months into production that somebody went, hey, this thing that we just made is so good, why don't we just turn it into its own fucking video game? For one, I'm just surprised that such a rushed product can be turned into such a great and solid game. It's packed with so much damn content. It's got plenty of exciting places to explore, missions to do, interesting characters to meet, fun mini games to engage with, a shit ton of new weapons, and over 100 new vehicles for you to drive. You can also buy properties to live in, and you can even store a couple vehicles in the garage here. This is the garage! And who can forget about the businesses that you can buy, run, and then get passive income from daily once you beat all the missions for them? Would you rather get $1 million right now or deliver 50 drug-laced ice cream cones? I choose the latter option. That's passive income, baby. The game might not have deep messages like GTA 4 or as intricate of characters as in San Andreas, but it's still a super engaging story from beginning to end, filled with lots of twists and turns, interesting and memorable characters, and lots of Ray Liotta getting mad and saying heinous shit to people.
What is your mate tried to jump him? Didn't jump high enough, if you know what I mean.
Where did he take him? In plain English.
The game opens with a Liberty City mobster named Sonny Forelli. He and his buddies are discussing the idea of expanding their business to Vice City, which is currently the place to be if you want to make money from drugs and weapon trafficking. Sonny proposes the idea that instead of doing all that hard work themselves, they'll send one of their guys named Tommy Vercetti down there to get the operation started. Tommy has spent the last 15 years in prison after a job gone wrong. Sonny sent him to kill someone, but it was actually a setup, and because of that he got locked up for a long ass time. Sonny plans to use him as he's just kind of a pawn for their operation at this moment, so Tommy and a few others travel to Vice City in order to meet up with a corrupt lawyer by the name of Ken Rosenberg, who's become a fan favorite over the years due to his over-the-top personality.
Now, I've talked to the suppliers, and they are very keen to start a business relationship. So, if all goes well, we should be doing very nicely for ourselves, which is, you know, good. Okay, so they're brothers, okay? One operates the business, and the other one does the flying.
They all head to their first deal in Vice City, and right as they're about to exchange the goods, this happens.
Oh, shit!
This is one of my favorite setups in the entire franchise. I don't think anything will ever come close to the opening of GTA 4 with that frankly stellar theme song and interesting setup from the get-go, but this is probably my second favorite in all honesty. It immediately intrigues you in this story and the characters that it has to offer. Who even is Tommy Vercetti and who the fuck are these guys? Who set up the deal and why? This story's not groundbreaking or anything, and honestly just feels like the plot to a pretty good 80s crime movie, and I think I kinda like the simplicity of that. Tommy's one of my personal favorite protagonists from the entire series. His cocky and fuck all of you attitude is just so, like, I don't know, it's addicting. It's so fun to watch. He was apparently not that easy to work with and didn't really understand how important what he was doing was, and that the fact that this is a pretty big deal even though it's just a video game. And then when the game came out, he said something about like, oh, I should have asked him for more money. And then the Rockstar devs were like, or fuck you, we could just kill your character off. I really hope that Tommy's still alive out there somewhere, just like in spirit.
The drugs, and I'm gonna mail you the dicks of those responsible.
And to be honest, looking at this little controversy all these years later as a third-party member, I'd say both of their perspectives are understandable. You can't really blame the devs for being upset that he was difficult to work with, because no one wants to work with someone who doesn't understand what the hell's going on.
I was never the Pac-Man guy.
And you also can't really blame Ray Liotta for not understanding the importance of this project. He's made it very clear in the years since that he had basically no idea what video games entailed.
When you do this game, people, you think, okay, I'm just going to do this voice, it's not a big deal, and then it became a huge hit, and it's sort of part of the pop culture now. Is that surprising to you?
Totally. I had no idea. I'm not a game player. I was never the Pac-Man guy when that first game came out. I was never into that stuff at all.
It's not cool to say, I was a big Ms. Pac-Man guy. I gobbled up all those glowing blue.
In terms of any kind of games, I never played any games, and this was like, it's just like it sold like 8 million units. It's like a $400 million movie. It's like,
it's huge. Yeah, it's like you're in a huge hit movie.
Huge. And it was fun. You're just sitting there cursing at people. It was fun to do.
Like, that's fun. You just went into a booth and cursed at people went crazy for a while, and they accidentally sent it to the SpongeBob people, and it went on the air.
He had no idea that this game would be more successful than some of his movies even, until he saw the numbers and it hit him like a goddamn train. I like to imagine somewhere out there in the multiverse, Ray and the devs made back up and did some kind of conclusion for Tommy's story. But I don't know how likely that would have been anyway, since the Grand Theft Auto franchise has never really been one for returning characters. They'll show up as cameos, but they're never really playable. The only time I can really think that they did this was with Claude Speed all the way back in GTA 3 as he was making a return from the second game. But regardless of all the problems and the he said she said bullshit, I still think it's cool as hell that casting even happened to begin with. He even won an award for it back when the Game Awards was super fucking strange. Like, what the hell's happening here? Why are there so many cheerleaders? Why is this guy so high up?
Thank you. Thanks. For some reason, I've had trouble my whole life convincing people that I really am a very nice guy. And now that I'm in Vice City, well, forget about it. Thanks to all the guys at Rockstar, and I'm looking forward to the next one. Thank you.